Bannerlord can be a brutally hard game. Often you're outnumbered and massive armies march against you. Well, in this new series, we're going to work together, friends. What I want you to do is send me your difficult situations that you're either currently encountering in Bannerlord in your campaign, or something that you've dealt with in the past where you're just unable to solve it. I will do my very best to handle these difficult situations. I will share the results on YouTube, provided they have some kind of educational value for people. We will take on these difficult challenges, do some battlefield analysis, and hopefully help you turn around a very, very difficult battle. So join me on this adventure. Please send me your difficult situations. Have a little patience. I don't know how many there are going to be, but I'm willing to take these challenges on for you fellas as we handle your disasters of war. Yeah, this is definitely the one here, Malvior. We are going to help you, brother. And I think we have the right mods loaded for him. It looks like, yep, immersive battlefield. It's matching. So we've got the same mods as this guy. Let's go ahead and welcome back again, friends, to another episode of Tactical Enlightenment. Our YouTube channel is dedicated to all things Bannerlord related. And welcome back. It's been a long absence for our Disaster of War series. Now, we have been very busy with war sales, with the DLC. And this looks like it. So let's go ahead and read his email. We'll put it up on the screen. This one touched me a little bit personally. This guy wrote in, and I want to read a little bit directly. He says, "I've watched your channel for a long time now, and you have been a godsend to my campaigns, but I am stuck." He said he's been building his character after our guides. We have a strong army, but the king does stupid things and dies. I mean, we all know about that. Lost a lot of castles to the Northern Empire, and this is the part that's hard. He says he cannot do tactics very well, and we are losing battle after a battle, and I am ashamed. I can't stop the enemy. Makes me sad with my job as a software coder in real life. Game makes me depressed in my other life. Now, this guy sounds like he's got a kid too, and I gotta be honest, man, this one touched me a little bit personally. This is supposed to be fun, fellas. And we'll take a look at his scenario here. I have been overwhelmed with Disaster of War requests, so quite honestly, I have been putting a lot of them sort of on the back of the stove, right? I have about 40 requests sitting in the email box. I've tried a few that were absolutely impossible. Now, what the heck units are these? A Nord Veteran Convoy Guard. Is that... There's some units here I don't recognize. Sturgeon Convoy. This guy's got some strange troops, but anyways, we have been overwhelmed, and it's a good problem to have. I love this collaborative effort. You guys are reaching out. Minus 9,000. This is a total disaster scenario here, and we're gonna help you, brother. Malvior. He didn't say don't use his name, so we're gonna use his name. Of course, we will omit his last name. But this guy sent in this disaster situation, and it makes me sad that guys are playing a game and it's depressing them in real life. So we're going to continue to try to work with you fellas. We're going to try to right this guy's ship here, try to figure things out. And I am going to get to as many of these Disaster of War series as I possibly can. Some have been impossible, and I've tried to tell you guys if they were impossible. But 40 of them, right? I've been a little bit overwhelmed here. And I'm just going to sell a few things. I have never seen that before, where it says basically we're broke in a day, and it sounds like his whole campaign is a disaster. So let's take a closer look at what's going on here. But there's somebody sieging there's a Northern Empire force sieging a castle here. This is ominous. And the Valandians have expanded, of course, into the north. Nobody's surprised. Of course, they own the island. In fact, it looks like we've had a cresting red wave wash over the land here. They own all the way to Varcheg and Sibir, and Varnavopol's in the hands of the Botanians. We have one little outcropping castle there, sieging there. And what a mess this guy is in. So, it is a little bit depressing, but you know what, Malvior? We are going to solve this And the king did die. He said the king does stupid things and dies. We're going to try to fix this scenario until we're laughing at the enemy. We're badly outnumbered here in this campaign. And you know what? This is going to be a multi-episode campaign. I haven't had a good war sales submission yet. We've had some sieges. But I got to be honest, fellas, when you send me a siege that we've done 3 times, sometimes I'm just going to have to tell people thank you, but no, right? We don't want to have massive redundancy on the channel. We've got to try to keep the content relatively fresh. And the Empire and the Emperor is here. The Northern Empire is way up here into Nord territory. We're going to be able to defend this castle. 450, 420. We're trudging over there. Man, what a rough situation this is. Let's take another look. You know what he's doing? Malvior is doing, maybe he's listening to our, he probably is. He told me he's listening to our guides. He's overstaffed here, right? So he's suffering to some deserters. And we need money badly right now. Again, the deserters come from the bottom of the list. That is something that we know definitively. Not every time, but 99 out of 100 times. So order your troops by tier preference with the scrubs and the Nordlings at the bottom. And they will usually come off the bottom here. Now my brain is spinning because there's so much going on, and I really want to save this guy's game here. This guy, I don't know if I'll say his, well, I think I already said it. This guy's got a son, and it sounds like it's affecting his personal life, the game of Bannerlord. So, man, I really encourage you guys to try to I don't know, do something. Make sure that Bannerlord isn't the end-all, be-all of life. My wife and I don't have kids. We love kids. When we spend time with kids, we have a great time. And Bannerlord is ultimately a game to have fun with. So, let's figure this guy's scenario out here. He's got a nice one-handed axe. He looks like he's got kind of a Huskarl type of unit. He's got incredible equipment. I'm a little jealous. I think some of the viewers are jealous here. Malvior. And we're going to try to solve your situation here. I keep wanting to call him Bjorn. I think he said he's named after his son. His character's named after his son. It's a rough situation. I don't know what this castle is. Hauger. We're still working our way through castle defenses of the Nords, right? There's 3 or 4 different layouts, and I haven't fought them all yet. So, fire catapult, siege tower. What do we got here? This big jutting arm I recognize. I think maybe we fought at this castle with a different wall level, but I recognize this castle, and this is definitely a castle that we got a shot to hold here. Malvior, we're saving your save game, brother. I'm extra motivated here. We're not letting anybody on the channel get depressed. Fuck that shit. If there's one foe we're always going to smash to pieces on the channel, that is depression, right? We are going to come together with some solidarity. I recommended this guy swing by our Patreon, right? Swing by our Discord, where we've got all kinds of, swing by the Patreon too, but we've got all kinds of friends on our Discord channel that'll help you with tactics. And we don't have a negative community. I hear a lot of people saying that there's a toxic Bannerlord community. I don't know where they mean, because it's certainly not our Discord. And quite frankly, we have no tolerance for it, right? Joel Hall, the commander, with some other support. Dylan is in there as well with the Discord. And we're going to cultivate a positive environment, or else I'm going to behead some people, right? We're going to commit some violence. I will track you down in your home. And no, of course. The FBI's listening. This guy's threatening to kill gamers. We're gonna cultivate a positive environment here. We're gonna have some fun with tactics. I don't think that's beneficial. It's a really interesting castle, and I vaguely remember defending this in our first Nord campaign. It's got this elevated hillside here. We've only had about 3 or 4 siege defenses of Nord castles and cities. And so we're sort of feeling our way through like a blind guy. We're sort of tapping the ground with our fingers, with our stick, trying to figure out, where we are in these castles. I got skirmishers ahead of archers here. That looks like it's going to be a deadly combo. That 2nd division we can use to amplify some squares. We have 1 siege tower, it looks like. So we're definitely going to try to prioritize destroying that. And capture this pompous emperor way up into Nord territory. We're not about to let our Nord Empire here get added to the scuzzy Northern Empire. Now, archers may be there. Definitely archers here, right? These guys will have a nice backwards shooting angle. I think this castle's like a B or B+. I think this is a highly defendable castle. And it seems like this is his castle, right? We'll have to see what he's got going on. And I'm already deciding we're going to run with this campaign here for a little bit. Bannerlord is beautiful. And I think in this situation, helping a guy out who's literally depressed by the game of Bannerlord in his campaign, that is a good priority, right? To move this guy ahead. Of course, the fellas who are submitting the Disaster of War series, who are maybe a little bit jealous, I don't want you guys to write emails saying you guys are all depressed and going to hang yourself. Please don't do that shit. Obviously, if you're genuinely distressed, right, we try to help you guys out, but understand that I'm one dude. These take a couple hours to make because I put on the email and polishing effects and stuff like that. But I'm going to get to as many of these as I can. And of course, the easiest way to get front of the line is to give me a unique scenario like this, right, where this guy's facing a very difficult campaign. And I'm not saying create one. I'm just saying if you have one for your game, although I guess I don't mind if you guys create scenarios as long as it's not too obviously contrived, right? If it's just something that you've ran into, especially in your campaign, fire it on in. And this guy's situation here, shit, they already destroyed the... That's actually going to be just fine. We're going to be able to melt a lot of the troops here as they run over. This fire catapult seems pretty safe. I hear little projectiles landing in here. And this is a critical part of Siege. If your fire catapults are getting lit up and you can't use them, you can't stand here and shoot the enemy, that's a huge no-no, right? Because obviously you can't risk your character dropping early in a siege like this just trying to use the catapults. So far, so good. Although that's like the third javelin I've heard hit the back wall. That's not a comfortable feeling. The Imperials have tons of the new skirmisher. They seem to be prioritizing them, and they're landing all over the place here. It's getting uncomfortable. Those will one-shot, or at least they potentially can one-shot a character. Anyways, so we're going to try to run through these Disaster of War series. I will try to get to as many as I can. I will respond to all of you guys and basically say I couldn't do that, or I don't want to try that. We've already had 6 of those kind of... Oh, shit. And that's what I mean. Damn, I just lost half my health. Bjorn needs some hit points, right? He's got 50 hit points, did half his health. That means he has, like, no hit point perks. Although he's gonna, after this siege, right, we are gaining levels left and right. I think that's the 2nd or 3rd level we've already gained. And I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna break this up. I'm gonna fight this siege defense here kind of as a prelude or an intro to this guy's Disaster of War series. They're really popular, and I gotta be honest, I actually love doing it. Taking over somebody's disaster campaign for 2 or 3 episodes where we do everything, right? Where we go about and set reinforcements over here and convince the king to have peace with these people and fight this battle and then sell these prisoners and twist the arm of this. I can't see anything. Fuck, I'm gonna have to turn this up. Apologies, I hate doing this mid-battle, but I literally can't see, and I need to throw some of these rocks in here. I try to find a balance. I still can't see anything, and it's not that bright in my study. I just cannot see. What the fuck? I don't recognize where I am here. I'm a little disoriented. Sorry. Where the fuck are the rocks? I don't see rocks anywhere. We got to get to these rocks right away. I've got the skirmisher. Here we go. I've got the skirmisher shooting. Come on. Do not want to lose this. I'll be depressed if we lose this shit, right? If we can't help you fellas. The Disaster of War series is going to continue, right? I'm going to continue doing these, but there's only so many I can do, like I said, and I don't want to do repetitive ones. So all that is repetitive to say that I do appreciate every single submission. It's a little bit like the comments. In November, we got 2,600 comments on the channel. I just, I'm one dude trying to be a good husband, so I just gave up responding to every question or even every compliment. And I try to heart comments. Don't get me wrong, I'm definitely not complaining. I guess what I'm saying is I love you fellas, and I'm going to do my very best to respond to comments. And I'm stunned and honored to have this kind of a response to the channel. I greatly appreciate all of you fellas, and just know that if I don't respond to your questions or your comments, that I read all of them, right? I do read every single comment, and I try to respond, especially when I have like an answer to something important. But let me try to focus on the siege here. These guys are stacking up, and I'm not thrilled about it, right? These troops here will eventually rush down and overwhelm our side here. So I brought this division of axe murderers here to attack them. And it's dangerous because they're going to get shot on the walls, but it feels like a way for me to counterattack all these fucking Northern Empire forces trying to stack up. The AI will rally a whole bunch of the troops up here, and we can't let them do it here, right? We just don't have enough high-end troops. Attack them with this shock troop division. They have archer support. I've got a polearm, right? We've got this long... And I'm not going to try to pronounce it right here, but this is the weapon that the Ulfidnar use, right? This is that giant poleaxe. And he has it on his main character with the shields, but he doesn't ride a horse. His riding skill was negligible. So I guess we'll try to use this on foot some. We've got the Berserker axe too. The Berserker axe, I think, is the first axe I'm aware of in the game that is... It's two-handed and one-handed, which is interesting. I have not used it yet in combat, or maybe if I did, it was very brief, you know, just whipping it out as a one-hander. So since we're going to spend, you know, a couple, 3 hours on this campaign, I will probably play these continuously, and I'll break them up into 2, 3, 4 episodes. This siege is going to be... Let me just put it this way. We're winning this fucking siege. I'm going to save spend. We're going to fight this siege however many times it takes to win this siege, because we're not about to have guys affecting their family life because their Bannerlord campaign is going badly, right? We're winning this fucker. I don't care if I have to lower the difficulty. We're going to get this guy through. And that's for sure something that you guys need to be doing. Most people are aware of that, but I didn't change it. And I'm pretty sure Malvior here had it on the hardest difficulty, and it's making him depressed. Well, lower the difficulty, brother. Ain't nobody going to make fun of you, just like our Discord, right? Nobody's going to say a word about you playing Bannerlord on whatever difficulty you want. Absolutely don't care at all. Guys who are coming on with their character with stats that are impossible to get, right? Where it's pretty clear they're using the console. I don't care. Who cares? Right? We're playing a single-player game. This is for entertainment. The guys that are all freaked out about it, we don't really want them on the channel, right? The guys that are coming saying, "Oh, you guys are eating. That guy's using cheat codes." Who cares? It's a single-player game. We're not winning some kind of competition. So do what you gotta do, Malvior. But and you and any other player out there struggling on the hardest difficulty, lower that shit, right? I'm sure at some point or other, I don't really remember it. I'm sure my mind has blocked it out, but I'm sure I ran on easier difficulty back when I was getting mangled by looters at the beginning. Bannerlord is fucking brutal hard, and until you learn the sort of the dance moves, this game will punish you. But that only makes it even more satisfying once you figure it out, and obviously that's half the purpose of the channel here, is to help you guys figure it out. So we got you covered, Malvior. And this is pretty effective, right? After that initial javelin spot, with this long polearm, I can stay at long reach here and kill. Our square looks solid. I've got a second division to buttress these other divisions. This looks good. I don't really like these archers here. A lot of them are standing there. Of course, as usual, they build way too many huts in the middle of the courtyard here. Maybe they got, a housing crisis in this castle. Just like most American cities, there's not enough houses for the people to live there. Let's try to get better angles here with the archer. Actually, this looks beautiful. These guys will all be shooting the enemy in the back. Stand right there, fellas. Perfect. Start shooting. Beautiful. Now, if the enemy comes this way, they get shot in the back from the other side, right? That's basically a double whammy there. That's going to work beautifully. I've got to sort of watch these guys, though. I can't just leave, because if the enemy attacks that side, oh shit, charge, second division charge. We've got a little bit of a breach down there. But I can stay here a few minutes while we handle this side. The second division is cleaning up the courtyard. This third division has gone, or fourth division has gone berserk. Kill them, boys. They got archers coming up now. These guys are torched. Oh, shit. And we didn't even have to lower the difficulty. Beautiful. The enemy fucking flees. And easier than I expected. I definitely expected this to be a lot harder. Wasn't easy. Look at the amount of carcasses we piled up here Kill that guy. Send him packing. His carcass crumples into the snow. And it's always such a beautiful feeling, right? Especially under the circumstances here. There you go, brother. We're on the road to recovery. We're going to send you back a save game where you can just smash the enemy to pieces, right? We'll do this from time to time where we essentially hyperspeed your campaign, right? We're going to... Someone said it's like where you give your big brother the controller and he dominates the game and gives your controller back to you. I like that analogy, right? We're going to do our best here to put you in a great spot to win. Your character is certainly in a better position. 74 points to athleticism, a whole bunch of siege points, and a bunch of other skills. That's a good start to this mini series. So this is going to be the first episode of probably 3 or 4. We'll try to get them out over the course of 3 or 4 days so that we can get this save game back to this fella. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to send you multiple save games. That's what we'll do. So we've got a whole bunch of prisoners. I don't know if you guys noticed. I didn't recruit these or upgrade a lot of the prisoners initially because we couldn't afford it. So we finally got some money here. We need to figure out a bunch of stuff in this campaign. We've got to figure out the diplomatic situation. We've got to figure out if he has any companion armies. I didn't even look. He's got to be a vassal, right? We've got a bunch of prisoners, though. We can take a bunch of these skirmishers. He didn't say what kind of an army he was forming, but he has 0 cavalry, right? He has 1 cavalry, and I think that's a companion. So we'll try to flesh his army out kind of in that same theme. And let's see if we can't right the ship, right? Our first DLC multi-series Disaster of War series. And again, to the fellas who submitted, maybe they're a little bit unhappy that I'm not doing your scenario. Like I said, just like the comments, I'm going to look at every single scenario, and I just can't do them all. So like I said, you want to send me unique stuff, that'll have the highest chance of sort of making it through the filter. And obviously, Patreon supporters have natural front of the line as well. So this is a good start. We've got a capital still, but what a mess in this campaign. And obviously, if you want to see more from this campaign, this little Disaster of Wars campaign series, or more from the channel, now's your time to subscribe. Please hit that like button on the way out, and I will see you friends next time.